What is going on, everybody? It's the EVP from the EVP show, and we are live for your WWE Backlash prediction show. And as always, I am joined by a full panel here on the EVP show. So thank you guys for coming in tonight. Obviously, always an honor. Just a lot of familiar faces. Got a couple of new faces. I see your W Energy down there, Nitro. You can plug that whenever it gets to you because they don't sponsor me. But hopefully they will one day. But I'm gonna go around, obviously, and introduce everyone. There are a couple of new faces here, for the Backlash show. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start with someone that's new. Obviously, he shows up every Sunday for Sunday Night Scoot with 165 questions. Keeps me on the show for 3.5 hours. But I do love him. I do appreciate his support. It is Wrestle Fanatic. Just say hello to everybody. If you know anything else you want to say.
How you guys doing? This is my first time here. I'm so excited.
All right. Appreciate it, Fanatic. Glad to have you. Thank you for the support on Sundays. All right, next up, he's no stranger here to the EVP show or the prediction show. He's from the DWE Island. It is none other than Lou. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much. Just glad to be here amongst many familiar faces making some predictions.
All right. Appreciate you, Lou, as always. Hope you guys like my Roman background there. All right, so next up, he has also been on the prediction show the last few times, and he is also part of DWE Island. What's going on, Caleb? How you doing tonight? What's going on with you?
Not much. We're good. I'm ready to get started.
All right, appreciate you, Caleb. All right, and it wouldn't be an EVP prediction show without this guy. And this is his third time here on the EVP show. Always a delight. I enjoy having him on. He's probably not going to like the nickname I give him. But welcome to the Backlash Prediction Show. How you been doing, DJ Khaled? What's going on, brother?
So before we started this, what I was going to grab was my sunglasses, and I was gonna do my best Hulk Hogan impression because of all the ads and stuff. But I guess we'll leave that for another time. But I'm glad to see everybody here. I think the show looks fine as it is. Maybe like better on the higher end, but I can't wait to talk about the matches. It's gonna be a good time.
Appreciate you, Khaled. And I only call you DJ because I know you really like that nickname. So that's only your nickname here. So I appreciate you coming
It's
out.
fine. We'll keep that.
Appreciate you coming out again, brother. All right, next up, last time at WrestleMania was his first time here on the EVP show prediction show. He is none other than NitroBlivion. How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up? It's your only tribal chief here, NitroBlivion. You know what's good. You know who's reigning tonight. You know who's staying the champion. But besides the point, like Mr. EVP mentioned earlier, W Energy. Go to W Energy if you want 10% off your next order. Use Nitro Loves Jervin. Promo code Nitro Loves Jervin. Definitely not a Final Fantasy reference. But go to W Energy, 10% off. But yeah, it's your one and only tribal chief. That Miami guy, he's a fake tribal chief. Don't listen to him. He may own like one of the giant like IWC followings out there, but I'm the real tribal chief. We all know this.
Oh gosh, Nitro, you're gonna get me in trouble on here. And while you guys are sponsoring W Energy, make sure to go to Blue Chew and hit that promo code EVP69 for 10% off of Blue Chew.
By the way, we love you, Miami.
I'm just joking, by the way. Blue Chew does not sponsor me. All right, so next up, Nitro, if you don't mind going on mute, I appreciate it.
It is refreshing.
Next up, he is actually filling in for K-Dots from bodyslam.net. It's his first time here on the EVP show prediction panel. What is going on, Nap God? Welcome to the EVP show. I'm glad to have you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Snap God from obviously from Bioslam, but also from the Smoke Session. So appreciate to be here, and I can't wait to get the show rolling. So.
Yeah, appreciate you coming out, brother. Appreciate you filling in. All right, next up, this person needs no introduction. He is the Human Dictionary, the Canadian Dictionary, whatever type of dictionary you want to call him. One of my favorite people. He's been on almost every one of my prediction shows. Is none other than Stampede. What's going on, brother?
Doing well, living the life up here in Canada. I can confirm I am not a tribal chief. I am the mayor of Canada, though. So that's a much higher distinction than a tribal chief. So just to be clear.
You are also the learning tree.
There you go. The learning.
I'm a learning tree. That is right, Caleb.
I gotta learn all these nicknames. All right, appreciate it, Stampede. All right, next up, I believe it's his third or fourth trip here to the EVP show. And this guy is ambassador for me for the IWC. Always positivity. Never hear anything negative. Never says anything negative. Never any type of drama. One of my favorite people in the community. Welcome back to the EVP show, Carlos.
Thanks, EVP. Thanks for having me. You got to start going. It's me. It's EVP. You got to slow down Dallas Page's intro for yourself. Things are going well, man. Pleasure to be here. Again, it's a crazy month for WWE. Let's get into it, man. I'm ready for these predictions.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that a lot. Last but not least, me and this guy go back longer than probably anybody here. Obviously, this is his third trip to the EVP show for a prediction show. Welcome, Sean. How you doing tonight?
What up? Let's get into this.
All right. Glad to have you, brother. As always, my favorite people. All right. So let's get started, guys, without further ado. So obviously, we know that there's going to be 2 matches live on ESPN2. We'll save the Danhausen thing for next to last. And once we get there, we'll make the prediction, like I told you guys backstage. And then you guys can predict who you guys think is going to be Danhausen's partner. Sean has asked me if he could go first. In all the matches, so we are going to go in opposite order, and I'll be last as always. So we're going to start off with, I don't know the card yet. I'm just assuming the first match, I believe it to be, it's going to be
Rollins and Breaker.
Okay, I kind of figured that, but so we're going to start off with Seth Rollins. Going one-on-one with Bron Breakker. We saw Seth at WrestleMania. Bron Breakker's first match back from injury. Sean, who do you got and why?
I got Seth Rollins, believe it or not. I know everyone thinks Breakker's going to win, but if Breakker wins, there's nowhere to go with this story from here. The story's over. And I just, Seth has got some pretty high aspirations. He had to stare down with Roman. Bron will get his win eventually, but it won't be tomorrow.
All right. Well, it's actually Saturday, but I do agree with a lot of things.
I messed up. My bad.
You're good, brother. You're good. All right, Carlos. So Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. Your thoughts on who wins and why?
I think it'll be Bron Breakker. They'll do a bunch of shenanigans to protect Seth. They'll probably have the Street Profits cost him the match, to go on that storyline of them trusting him, but earning that trust. Because again, this won't be the last matchup. They'll probably go 3. You have Bron win the first, Seth win the second, and Bron eventually wins the feud. But I'm definitely going with Bron Breakker. Seth can lose every match and he'll be fine. Bron needs to win.
All right. Yeah, this is really the only one I feel like can go either way. And I do agree, Carlos. I think Triple H loves trilogies, and obviously I do believe this one's going three matches as well. All right, Stampede. So that's 1 Seth, 1 Bron. Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. Who do you got and why?
For as strong as they're making Bron look, especially Monday, they had him do pretty much the exact same thing twice on the same show. I think that continues on Saturday, and he picks up the win. of what will probably be available. So, Bron Breakker for the win.
All right. Thank you, Stampede. And if anybody's keeping up with the picks, that is 2 for Bron Breakker and 1 for Seth Rollins. All right, now God, Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. Who do you got and why? What you think?
I got Bron Breakker because when you look at the impact division has been making, they haven't been making that serious impact other than just winning the tag team titles. But as we saw, with the whole speed controversial and everything, so like I feel like Breakker needs that push to really elevate him back into that. Okay, yeah, he's ready for the main title, because right now, like, it's kind of like in limbo other than just like going after Seth. And I feel like when you're talking about the future and the now, that's Breakker. So when it comes to this, because it feels like it's kind of like an evolution with like, he's like the Randy Orton and Seth is like the Triple H. You know how like eventually like Randy Orton had to break Triple H to, I feel like that's how it's going with Breakker and Seth. So I got Breakker winning.
All right. Appreciate it. I love the analogy. So that's 3 Bron Breakkers and 1 Seth Rollins. We have newest member of WWE, Kyle Anthony, says Breakker. Even though Seth lost to WrestleMania, Breakker is the one that needs to push. All right. So DJ Khaled, you're up. Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins. Who you got and why?
You guys may have noticed in the chat I put GRAPS, which stands for Graps, because that's exactly what's gonna be. And this will be the only time I'll allow you to call me DJ Khaled, because this match sounds like music to my ears. This is definitely gonna be the best match of the night in ring wise. Obviously, these two had a match on NXT 3 years ago, and I think that match is super underrated. And I feel like they have no other choice but to run that back again. Obviously, Breakker has improved a lot when it comes to in-ring ability. And in terms of a winner, I'm gonna go with Bron Breakker. I get the reason for Seth winning, but much like how Carlos said, Seth already has the credibility to last him a decade, basically. And I feel like with Bron Breakker, he's gonna follow a tradition, like you said, EVP. They're gonna do like a trilogy out of this. I can see it. And with usually most trilogies nowadays in this company, the heel almost always wins the first match, and Breakker is clearly the heel in this, so he'll take the win here. And this might be only me who thinks this, but I can't see there being interference shenanigans in this match. The only reason, Braun interfered in the Gunther match at Mania, but that was to set up this match, and I feel like with this storyline, I can't see there being an interference unless Bronson Reed comes back, but we don't know the status of his injury. But as of now, I expect a clean match, and Bron Breakker is getting the W.
All right. Love it. Love it. Good stuff. Thank you, Khaled. All right. So that's 4. I believe that's 4 Breakers and 1 Seth, correct? I guess
Yeah.
Sean's on. Sean, you better be fucking kidding me about Corey Seager, by the way. So next up, Nitro, Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker. Who you got?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to agree with the majority of the people here. I'm going to go Breakker just because of the fact that I feel like he needs the win more than Seth Rollins. Rollins is a well-rounded superstar, as we all know. He's probably a Hall of Famer in the future, most definitely. But yeah, I feel like Seth Rollins can deserve the loss, even though he did lose at Mania against Gunther because of Breakker. I feel like Seth is going to win in either the middle or the last match. I could definitely see this feud going on into like SummerSlam or maybe beyond SummerSlam. But yeah, I could definitely see Braun picking up the win. I feel like he needs it more over than Seth Rollins.
All right, Emma. Appreciate that. So you're going with Braun. And by the way, guys, I know you were talking about Corey Seager, but I needed him for a monster win last night for a home run. Of course, he doesn't, and he hits a home run in his first about tonight. So that's why I'm sick to my stomach right now. But thank you, Nitro. Fuck you, Corey Seager, by the way. Cost me to fucking $10,000, you fucker. Anyway, all right. Thank you, Nitro. So that's 5-1. Brian Breaker. All right, Caleb. Seth Rollins versus Brian Breaker. Who you got?
I got Bron Breaker. I don't think that need to win. Breaker need to win more than him, and I led division. Yeah, so I think Breaker gonna win that match.
All right, appreciate it, Caleb. So 6-1. Brian Breaker. All right, Lou. Brian Breaker, Seth Rollins. Are you gonna leave Sean down there, the fucking Corey Seager fan? On the
Yeah,
island
I will.
by himself.
I
Who you
will. Sean's sticking by himself on the island. I'm going with Bron.
All right, Brian Breaker. So 7 Brian Breakers, 1 Seth Rollins. All right, Wrestle Fanatic, first time here on the EVP show. Seth Rollins, Brian Breaker. Who you got and why?
Bron Breaker easily, because this is something that is very big for Bron. Getting a win against a multiple-time world champion will make you even a bigger star overnight. And to career-breaking win, a career win for him. The Vision have lost their momentum. They have gone soft. Yes, they have the tag titles, but they haven't been the same because of all these injuries. And with Bron's out, I don't see anything coming up for them, because this is something that must be a great win for them. This is a must win for Bron Breaker. I could see Austin Theory and Logan Paul and the Street Profits getting involved, but I think a major reason why I think Bron will win is because we might possibly see the full debut of Maxine Dupree as a new member of the Vision. I mean, we saw them talk. We saw her talking to Austin Theory in the background Monday. That goes to show that something is brewing, and I think it will finally come to fruition on Saturday. So that's why I have Bron Breaker winning.
All right, appreciate that, Fanatic. So Maxine Dupree, making her Vision debut, nice. All right, so that's 8-1. Sean, fuck you, not you personally, but fuck Corey Seager. I hate you guys for doing that shit. All right, so I'm gonna go with Bron Breaker as well. I agree with Khaled and Carlos. I think this is going 3 matches. This is Bron's first match back. Seth, it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, he's still gonna be Seth freaking Rollins at the end of the day. They can't have Bron lose his first match back from being gone for so long. I think he wins the first one. I agree with Carlos. Probably Seth gets the second one, and then Bron does win the third one. So I'm gonna go with Bron Breaker. I don't know about Maxine. I love the enthusiasm, Fanatic. I don't know if she could. There could be some shenanigans, but I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going with Bron Breaker. So that's 9 Bron Breakers for 1 Corey Seager, Sean, Robinson, Robinette, Gus Bus, whatever your name is. Sorry. So we got 9-1 for Bron Breaker. All right. So match number 2 on ESPN2 is also from WrestleMania. It is going to be for the United States Championship, and it's not the Gingerbread Man, of course, because the Gingerbread Man will have his funeral here in a couple of days. But Trick Williams will defend the United States Championship against Sami Zayn. Sean, who do you got and why?
Trick Williams. They didn't put the belt on him at Mania just to have him lose the next PLE. It will be a good match. Sammy is going to snap afterwards and officially turn heel. But yeah, Trick is walking out with that belt. Maybe not walking. He might get stretchered out, but he's leaving with the belt regardless.
All right, appreciate it, Sean. So that's 1 Trick Williams. All right, Carlos. Two title matches. Trick defending against Sami Zayn. Who do you got and why?
Trick Williams winning because, again, he's a future star. Sammy probably had to take a 50% pay cut. He's probably depressed about it, so probably won't be in the match. But no, I got Trick. So Sean said it well. I mean, this is Trick's moment. He's getting made. I just think the thing that'll come out of this match is that you'll definitely see Sammy be the heel and Trick will be the prominent babyface going out.
100%. Yeah, and I really feel like I'm hoping that we're getting this Trick Carmelo feud coming up, maybe for SummerSlam. So that's 2 Trick Williams and 0 for Sami Zayn. All right, Stampede, you're a Trick versus Sammy.
I still can't believe that this Friday they're having a funeral for a gingerbread man on SmackDown is an actual sentence.
He should have been at PLE.
I know, right? Like the gingerbread man stock would have went through the roof. There's no way Trick is losing this. Like, they literally just gave him the title. So
Yeah.
it's just the rematch clause, and move on from this Sami feud and see where it goes. But yeah, Trick will win.
All right. Appreciate it, Stampede. So that's 3 Trick Williams, 0 Sami Zayn. All right, now I've got Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the U.S. title. Who do you got?
Well, first of all, it's gonna be whoop that Trick, and it's gonna be whoop Sami Zayn's ass again, because literally this man, I call him Sammy Hogan, and I just every single time it feels like this guy just has a shovel. He's just trying to bury someone else. So I cannot wait for Trick Williams to beat him down, retain that championship, and man, come on, man, the gingerbread man funeral. Come on, man, he suffered enough. This is gonna be wonderful, because all you're gonna do is just post a picture in the back of the gingerbread man. He's gonna be like this, just happy, and he's gonna say, "Whoop that Trick." So you already know I got Trick Williams.
All right, appreciate it, brother. All right, so that's 4 Trick Williams, 0 Sami Zayn. All right, Khaled. Trick defends against Sami. Who do you have and why?
First of all, I'd like to say rest in peace to the gobbledygooker. You will be missed along the greatest things to come in WWE, such as the gobbledygooker, or Pat McAfee interfering in the Randy Orton storyline, or even in WCW with the Shockmaster. But all jokes aside, Trick Williams is winning this match 100%. I feel like it's kind of useless to put these types of WrestleMania matches so soon because we already know the result. But regardless, this is just going to be an easy W for Trick Williams. And I feel like after this, the Sami Zayn heel turn fully commences. So this is just going to be very expected. There's nothing more to analyze with this.
Appreciate that, Khaled. All right, so that's 5 Trick Williams, 0 Sami Zayn. All right, Nitro. Trick versus Sami. Who do you got?
All right. Well, it's funny that you mentioned earlier about the gingerbread man EVP, because I have a theory. Yeah, we are going to be getting a gingerbread funeral, but we've seen it before where Sami Zayn comes out dressed as the gingerbread. So what if after the funeral, Sami once again dons and adopts the gingerbread persona to come out and troll Trick during this match? And maybe perhaps, that'd be part of his entrance, but maybe perhaps we have Sami wrestle as the gingerbread. That'd be hysterically funny, but we know that's not going to happen on a POE in 2026. But if I was the booker, that was definitely what I would book. But sadly, I'm not the booker, and that's probably a good thing. But yeah, I would say Sami comes out and addresses the gingerbread to troll Trick. But overall, I definitely see Trick Williams winning and retaining his United States Championship. Just like someone mentioned before, I think multiple people mentioned it before. They didn't put the belt on Trick Williams just for him to lose in under a month. He's too good of a wrestler. He's too good of a superstar to do that. When he was in NXT, he had excellent title reigns, both as North American champion and also the NXT champion. So I see him having a long, fruitful reign as the United States champion, maybe past SummerSlam, maybe until SummerSlam. I could definitely see him having a match at SummerSlam and maybe perhaps retain there as well. Maybe against Carmella Hayes, but hey, we don't know. That's too far down the future. But right now, I definitely see Trick Williams retaining against Sami Zayn.
All
By the
right.
way, he forgot to mention TNA champion too, because he was TNA champion as well.
That is correct.
Yeah, that too.
All right. Perfect. All right. Appreciate it, Nitro. So you went with Trick, correct? Okay, I had to stat check Sean and Stampede
Yeah, Trick Williams.
with Corey Seager, but they were not bullshitting me. He actually did hit a home run.
That's right.
All right, so 6-0 for Trick. Oh my god. All right, Caleb. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn. Who you got?
I got Trick Williams. I did not see him losing the title so early because he is so great, and he had the ring title at an NXT as a Tennessee champion, NXT champion, and TNA champion. He won both belts actually, and I don't see him losing the belt in over a month, and I think don't see him losing till like SummerSlam or SummerSlam.
All right, appreciate it, Caleb. So that's 7 for Trick and 0 for Sami Zayn. All right, Blue, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, who you got and why?
Trick Williams, mainly due to the same reasons that everybody else before me had stated. It makes no sense to hot potato the title, knowing TKO's motive. They would absolutely hot potato the title, but I don't think they will this time.
All right, appreciate it, Lou. That's 8 for Trick and 0 for Sammy. So all right, Fanatic, you're up. So Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, who do you got?
Seriously? Is this even a question? Trick all the way. And let me tell you why. Why would they crown Trick as the United States champion only to have him losing back to Stanley? That makes no sense at all. Trick is on fire. He is on a roll. He has charisma, potential major appeal, and swagger we haven't seen since The Rock. Why would they stop this push? Trick is the next big thing in WWE and a future world champion. We're talking about former NXT champion, former TNA champion, former North American champion. He is everywhere. He needs to win. And thankfully, after this feud will end. Sammy will go nuclear and berserk, and the full heel turn will be complete. It's like NASCAR said. Trick has suffered enough. We have a funeral for the Gingerbread Man in a few days. Let's not forget to mention the potential future title matches on SmackDown PLEs against the likes of Ricky Saints, Ilya Dragunov, Royce Key, Solo Sikoa, Matt Cardona, Miz, Kit, FedEx, Gargano, Fraxium, Shinsuke, R-Truth, Tama Tonga, and of course Carmelo Hayes. I think Trick is going to dedicate this title run in memory of the Gingerbread Man. This man and his lemon pepper steppers are taking the WWE by storm since he debuted on SmackDown in January, and it ain't stopping anytime soon. Trick all the way. He is 100% retaining.
All right, man, that was quite the enthusiasm. Love that, Fanatic. Appreciate it. The lemon pepper steppers really got it for me too. So, all right, so that's 9 for Trick, 0 for Sammy. All right, I'm also I'm not gonna go with I can't match that Fanatic. I'm just gonna be the simple EVP here. I'm gonna say Trick retains. They just put the title on him, like everybody else has said. I think ultimately what I'm hoping is we're getting that Carmelo Trick, maybe SummerSlam. Maybe it's the summer of Carmelo and Trick. I think that's the direction WWE wanting to go, been wanting to go. So I think everybody wants to see that. So I'm having Trick Williams retain. And I do think we're going to see something with Sammy and Cody soon, though. They've been doing a lot of stuff backstage with Sammy and Cody. So Sammy's going to probably be next person to turn on Cody. So look out for that. I'm sure we're going to have maybe Sammy Cody at Saturday Night's main event, for God's sakes. Who knows? But yeah, so that's 10 for Trick Williams and 0 for Sami Zayn. So we're going to move to, I'm assuming, which will be, I'm not 100% sure. I guess they're going to do it. We're going to save the Danhausen stuff for next to last. But we're just going to start. We're going to go to the only ladies match on the card, which it was originally supposed to be, I think, Liv and Stephanie, but Stephanie's hurt. So we're going to get the match that everybody wanted at WrestleMania, that the whole IWC was clamoring for, and I wanted myself. But I obviously wanted someone else involved in the storyline. I have 2 parts for this. Iyo Sky going 1-on-1 versus Asuka. Who do you think is going to win? And there's a lot of conflicting reports out there about Kairi Sane. Do you think she shows up and plays a part in this match? Sean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna be unpopular again. I'm going Asuka. They in stories like this, the sensei, the senpai, the the master, whatever you want to call it, they typically win the first one. Again, we mentioned earlier, they love trilogies. I just think Asuka's gonna show some. It's gonna be one of those scenarios. I showed you everything you know. I didn't show you everything I know. It's just I think Asuka's taking this, and I think Kairi Sane will show up and will help her. I don't know if that means she's gonna be back on a multi-term basis or per appearance. I'm not sure about any of that. I don't get into those weeds, but I think Kyrie will be back for at least this one and maybe another one. But I think Asuka's going to take this, and Iyo will get her win back probably at like SummerSlam or something like that. And it also puts some heat on Asuka and gives her a legitimate gripe for Liv, because Liv needs challengers right now, especially with Steph hurt. So Iyo will be fine with a loss, so give me Asuka.
All right. Appreciate it, Sean. Yeah, it's a lot there. Good stuff though. All right, so we have one for Asuka and one Kyrie coming back. All right, Carlos, what you got cooked up? Iyo versus Asuka.
I got Iyo Sky. I don't think Kairi Sane comes back because where's the payoff then? Because they're not gonna resign her. So where's the payoff when she comes back? So I don't think they should do that. But I do think eventually Julia will join Asuka. I think they'll attack Iyo after Iyo gets the first one though. But I definitely have Iyo taking the first
one. All right. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that. All right, so we got one Iyo and one Asuka. All right, so we have Kyle from WWE. Iyo should win this feud. Isn't working for me. Then have Iyo go after Liv and or Becky this summer. All right, Stampede. Iyo Sky versus Asuka. And do you think Kyrie is gonna come back?
Well, Asuka has one win this year. One. He's not a priority in whatever it is they're doing. So Iyo is going to win this. If Kairi Sane ends up back in this promotion for a third time, she needs a fucking head check. Okay? Move on. Go to a promotion that is going to realize what they have in Kairi Sane. Okay? But for this one here, Iyo gets the win.
Spot on, Stampede.
All right, so we got 2 Ios and 1 Asuka. All right, now I've got Iyo versus Asuka. And do you think we see Kairi Sane, or do you think she's actually done?
Well, first of all, I mean, I got Iyo, but here's the thing: I hate face Iyo. Like, I hope after this, like, either she does the heel turn on somebody because like she's getting her ass beat every single week. And the next person that Iyo should help is, well, one of my what our co-hosts on the show said was, she needs to look in the mirror and she needs to help that next person, which is her. So I hope after this it ends the whole face and this whole Iyo's coming out to save. I do think eventually Julia does join either Asuka, or does when Iyo turns heel or something, does she join Iyo and they go on a tear? And this with Kairi Sane, listen, if they bring back Kairi Sane, great. If they don't, okay. The thing with this is like, you don't just bring back somebody and then have them sit on a shelf or become this pathetic version of themselves. Like, if you want to bring back Kairi Sane, bring back the pirate Kairi Sane, or bring back if you want to turn her heel, where she was just kicking the crap out of everybody, like, that's good too. But if you're just gonna bring her back and just put her on the shelf and then have her do this, have her do that, there's no point. So I got Iyo, but I really hope after this, like, it's over. She turns on somebody because the face Iyo, like this is not doing for me. I like Iyo when she was kicking ass, taking names, literally. That's the best Iyo. That's the best version of Iyo when she was a heel. This new one sucks.
All right. Appreciate that, Nap God. Great observation there. Great analyst. Appreciate that. So that's 2 Ios and 1 Asuka. All right, Khaled. Iyo Sky versus Asuka. Do you think Kyrie shows up, or do you think this is the end, or who you got and why?
Well, I'll say this about Kairi Sane. If she does show up, I won't be mad. But if she doesn't show up, I also won't be mad because I found reports that said that she wanted to go back to Japan, and I'm like, that sounds good to me. I mean, she's like her peak in ring wise was in Japan. Like Stampede, my good man, you recommended me like a match that Kairi and Iyo had when they were in Stardom. This was like a decade ago, and that was a fantastic match. So I feel like if she goes back there, she will have the opportunity to do that style again. But if she does come back here, I hope WWE realizes their mistakes and treats her like she needs to be treated because she's super underrated. And I think the best way they can start that is by having her in this match. But either way it goes, I feel like Iyo takes the win here because with involvement or without involvement, the script tells me that it's an Iyo win. If Kairi does get involved, it would mean a betrayal of Asuka for all the hell she's put her through in the last like few months. If Kairi does not get involved, it means it's a win for Iyo just because Iyo is the super popular babyface that almost always wins against Asuka anytime they go against each other. So I got Iyo Sky winning this.
All right. Appreciate that, Khaled. All right, Nitro. Iyo versus Asuka. And do we see Kairi Sane back on WWE television?
So I feel like I'm under the impression of 2 things. One of the things I am under the impression that Iyo Sky does end up picking up the victory, just because I feel like she just needs it more over Asuka. Also, I feel like, I mean, there is a lot of talks if we do or if we don't get Kairi Sane. I do want to add in, and I'm going to also add this in for another match later on down the card. But I do want to add this in for the Asuka versus Iyo match. Paul Heyman on Twitter, I don't know if you guys saw this, you guys probably did, but Paul Heyman on Twitter tweeted out saying basically a bunch of like promotional garbage, standard stuff, but he was like, expect the unexpected, expect surprises at Backlash, which a couple of people pointing out it's kind of the same thing as Triple H saying, welcome to a new era. But I mean, if he is saying it's expect surprises, again, I see two surprises at Backlash. One of them is a maybe that it's Kairi Sane. The other one was spoiled by the dude himself on Twitter, but I'm going to mention that later on down the line. But again, if we do see Kairi Sane, I see them doing maybe the R-Truth treatment where they bring her out in an all-black hoodie and just do a quick move in the ring and then dips. So maybe not see returns, but I could, if she does return, I'd see her returning in a black hoodie, betraying on Asuka and allowing Iyo Sky pick up the W. If we don't see a Kairi Sane, I still see Iyo picking up the W against Asuka.
All right.
Is it just me? Is it just me, or do I cannot visualize Kairi Sane in a black hoodie.
I mean,
I can't see it.
All I can say about that.
It's what they do.
All I can say is what. Hold on. Let me reiterate what Carlos just said, and then we'll go to Caleb. WWE and Triple H always mess with Carlos and Stampede and Chris and Sean. Everybody's in the chats. It's always a new era. So I mean, that's what they love to do. They love mask men. Like they love having all these mask men running around, on Raw. So like, It wouldn't shock me. I'm not gonna lie. It would not shock me.
Same here. But I think they need to cut back on doing that and make it more unpredictable. Every time we do this, it keeps being more predictable. I think we got.
But it's gonna be a girl this time, so it'll be different because it's a girl.
Yeah, I mean it's a female this time, so that is
unpredictable.
TKO Logic 101.
Yeah, TKO 101 right there. All right, so we got 5 for Iyo and 1 for Asuka. All right, Caleb, Iyo versus Asuka, and do you think Kairi Sane shows up?
I think Iyo is gonna win, and I do not think that Kyrie gonna come back. I think she's going to do the panel coming up, but I don't think she's coming back, and I still think that Iyo needs going to win because she needs to win more than Asuka does. Definitely.
All right, appreciate that. All right, Lou has a message in the private chat. He's stretching for a bit, but his pick is going to go to Asuka. Lou is going with Asuka. I guess he can put it in the private chat when he gets back whether he thinks Kairi Sane going to show up. So that will be 6-2. Iyo and Asuka. 6 Ios and 2 Asukas. All right, so Wrestle Fanatic, you're up. And hold on, before we go to you, hold on just 1 second. Shout out to the 557 people that we have watching live for this Backlash prediction show. Thank you guys. We're climbing almost to 600, so thank you guys so much for that. All right, Fanatic.
Carlos is a draw.
Carlos is the draw. It's the TKO #1 draw right here.
Okay.
New era. All right, Fanatic. You're
All right, I'm going with Iyo Sky because I just wanted to get it over. This rivalry just doesn't feel the same with Kairi no longer being in the company. I mean, there's nothing left to lose. I don't see Kairi returning on Saturday. I will be very surprised if Kairi returns. I think it's time for both of them, both Iyo and Asuka, to move on after this feud. And I agree with Stampede. It's time to move on from Kairi. Kairi needs to go to another promotion where she is beloved and treated more respectfully, kind of like AEW or back to Stardom or even Marigold Wrestling. If you want to bring Kairi back, bring back the Kairi from NXT, the Pirate Kairi, who was once NXT Women's Champion, defeated Shayna and Baszler for the title at TakeOver Brooklyn 4 in 2018. If you're going to put her on a shelf and do nothing, that's not it. This shouldn't be another R-Truth situation. I do think that Julia will join Asuka's side and they go on a roll, and Iyo will have to move on and put her focus on the Women's World Title seed and go after Liv Morgan, potentially enter the Queen of the Ring tournament and potentially win it. It's time for her to hold singles gold again, and I really want to see Iyo versus Rhea at Crown Jewel and Rhea finally getting that win over Iyo. I want Iyo to be champion so we can get that Iyo versus Rhea match at Crown Jewel. It's time for this feud to move on. I'm sorry, this trilogy is not going to be good for me. I just want this feud to be done with, and that's why I'm going with Iyo.
all right, Fanatic. Thank you so much. And Fanatic, I can see that you're still on some of my stuff from Sunday Night Scoop, so I got to watch you there. I've seen that last little line that you threw in there about the Iyo Rhea at Crown Jewel. All right, so for me, so I don't.
You can edit that out.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time. So for me, from a fan, I'm gonna say like Kyrie's not coming back. I mean, I've seen the reports, but I don't think that looks great. I mean, they already did it with the R-Truth and put it on Unreal. I mean, TKO and WWE's already got a whole lot of heat on them right now anyway. I don't think that looks great. They should have already paid that off a long time ago. I will agree with there were several of you guys that made several great points. Iyo's got to win this match. It looks like they're going to break up Julia and Kiana James because WWE is very high on Kiana. Obviously, Charlotte Flair's talked about it on ESPN. So she's going to be a mainstay over there for that U.S. title. I can see Sean, Carlos, Stampede, a few other ones you said. Julia, eventually goes and teams up with Asuka. I think that makes a lot of sense because Asuka's lost Kairi. And then Fanatic, I know you heard it from me, so I'm going to have to repeat it. I do think I do think Iyo eventually is possibly going to be the one to take that title off of Liv. I don't know when it happens, but I do think WWE down the road we got to see. But I don't know if she wins the title though. I just think we're gonna see another Iyo versus Rhea. I think it was Sean or somebody else that said it, or it might have been Khaled or Nap God, one of you two. I can't remember. But I think Io's got to go heel, maybe. But if not, if she stays babyface, we gotta get that match. Rhea's gotta eventually get this win over Iyo eventually. So, and there's not a lot of credible competitors for Liv Morgan right now on Raw that are baby faces. So Io's gotta probably just get thrown in there because I think they're saving Liv and Roxanne for SummerSlam. So yeah, I mean, there's nobody else I can think of unless you guys can.
I mean, there's Valkyria. There's
Hey, can I say something?
I'm talking about credible, man.
Can I say something?
Io's never beaten Liv for what it's worth.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like.
No, I'm saying for the storyline.
Yeah.
Io's never beaten Liv. They could tell that story.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Can I say something real quick?
Yep, go ahead.
So, I agree with the whole we need another Iyo versus Rhea match, but instead of Iyo facing Rhea for the WWE Women's World Championship, we do also get the Iyo versus Liv match, where in that match Iyo finally beats Liv 1-on-1 and becomes the new WWE Women's World Champion. And then later on down the line in the year, wherever it is, it's either at Saudi Arabia, Perth, or some other location, at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Women's Championship, we finally get Rhea versus Iyo.
All right, appreciate that. So we had 8 Iyo Skies. I went with Iyo, by the way. 8 Iyo Skies and 2 Asukas. All right, so we're going. I don't know, like, if they're going to do Iyo first or they're going to do this tag match. I'll assume they do this tag match before the main event. So how we're going to do this is, since we don't know who Danhausen's partner is, we're going to predict the winner, and then each of you guys can tell me who you guys think is going to be Danhausen's partner. So it's going to be Danhausen and a mystery partner in a tag match against The Miz and Kit Wilson. Sean, who do you got winning, and who do you think is going to be Danhausen's mystery partner?
Okay, so on one side we got someone that they're really high on, and on the other side we got the ultimate pin eater and the entire company. Sorry, Carlos, and The Miz.
How dare you?
You know what's coming. The Miz is getting pinned. And it's going to be CM Punk as his partner. We're getting Punkhausen. It'll probably be on the first hour on ESPN2 or ESPN, whichever it is. It's going to, like, they're not going to leave CM Punk off this show. And I just, like, they're friends. A lot of reports have stated that the only reason WWE really brought in Danhausen was because of CM Punk. I mean, he's also friends with Cody, but Cody's not cleared. So it's going to be CM Punk and Danhausen, and they're going to pin The Miz.
All right. And by the way, Cody is cleared. He just wrestled Friday, but it's not going to be Cody, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's just, you know what I meant to say.
No, I mean, great analyst.
How do you say you don't watch SmackDown for $500?
I don't watch SmackDown. I've said. Why do you think I was so
I know.
happy?
That's why I said it. That's why
I was just saying.
That's why I said it.
Cody actually wrestled Ricky Saints this past Friday on SmackDown. So, but yeah, all right. So we got one Danhausen, and Sean pick is Pepsi Phil, CM Punk. All right, Carlos. I know you're a big Miz fan. I do like the Miz myself too, so I'm with you there. Miz and Kit Wilson versus Danhausen, and mystery partner. Who do you got winning, and who do you think the mystery partner is going to be?
The final boss is coming back finally. No, hell no. the CM Punk thing makes sense to me, but does Danhausen really need CM Punk to beat the Miz and Kit Wilson? I don't see. I just think that'd be a waste of Punk, but at the same time, it's a cheap pop. They say as somebody who loves money, I think Danhausen's team's gonna win, and I think for the tag team, I'm gonna go Matt Cardona. I want to see Matt Cardona get a PLE match, so this might be his only chance. So I'm going for Matt Cardona, Dark Horse.
All right. So we got 2 Danhausens, and we got 1 CM Punk and 1 Matt Cardona as the partner. All right, Stampede, who do you got winning, and who do you think the mystery partner is?
Well, the Miz is not winning. He hasn't won a match all year. And Kit Wilson's not winning. He only won 1 match all year. So Danhausen will win this. As for who his partner is, I actually, in this case, would prefer it not be someone on the main roster. Bring in that Steven Smith fellow from the ESPN, throw him in a match.
Jelly Roll.
And be done with it.
So you're going with Stephen A. Smith as a partner?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Smithhausen.
I mean, you gotta love the Smithhausen. So yeah, I mean, it's very possible. All right, so we got 3 Danhausens, 1 Stephen A. Smith, 1 Matt.
It's gonna be Stampede Houses. She's just trying to get us off the trail.
And 1 CM Punk. All right, now God, Danhausen versus Miz and Kit Wilson. Who you got winning, and who is your pick for the mystery partner?
Well, first of all, the mystery partner is going to be. I got Oberhausen. All right, I got Oberhausen. That's what I got. I got this man Ober showing up, beating the hell out of the Miz, beating the hell out of Kid Wilson. Danhausen going, "You are cursed." That man throwing them up. Like, you saw that how he upper armed the hell out of Otis. That's what he's gonna do to the Miz and Kid Wilson. And then we're gonna see down the line, we're gonna see Danhausen, Miz, and Kid Wilson together as that trio finally. And then that's how it's gonna be. So I got that man winning, and I got Oba being his secret partner.
Oh wow, nice! I like that pick. All right, so everybody, Danhausen, we got Stephen A. Smith, we got Matt Cardona, we got Obafemi, and we got Pepsi Phil, CM Punk. All right, Khaled, who you got, and who's the mystery partner?
This is the part of the show where I say something that no one else is going to say, and I think the entire room is going to disagree with me on this. And not in terms of my pick who's winning. Obviously, Danhausen and his mystery partner are winning this match. But in terms of who the mystery partner will be, I gotta take back what you guys said earlier. I think it's gonna be Cody Rhodes for one simple reason. Because I have a feeling that they're going to try to find a way to put like a segment into this PLE. I know that sounds dumb, but this is WWE we're talking about here. This company has been doing dumb things all year. And I have a feeling that after this whatever match happens, they're gonna do something that's gonna lead to the Gunther match. So like, yeah, I do think that. I don't want it to happen, but that's what I think is gonna happen.
All right. I mean, it's not far fetched. I just said Cody, so I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It's TKO, so we'll see. But so we got Cody Rhodes, we got Obafemi, we got Stephen A. Smith, and we got Matt Cardona, and we got CM Punk. All right, and everybody's gonna go with Danhausen, so but we're gonna go through it anyway. All right, Nitro, Danhausen, and who's the mystery partner?
Okay, so obviously Danhausen, but we don't need to know that already because everyone's gonna go that. Sorry for repeating. Also, I have a couple options. I got like 2 or 3. First of all, obviously, I got 2 obvious ones and then a third mystery one. The first one, someone said it before, but CM Punk. CM Punk made sense. They're good friends. I think maybe best friends, but really good friends. IRL. They were in AEW together. They became friends in AEW. Yada yada. But yeah, obviously, I think CM Punk's a good choice. But I'm gonna go with my second choice here, which I think there will be. And you guys go hate this. Majority of the wrestling community is go hate this, but I'm going to say anyways. I feel like there is going to be a celebrity involvement in obviously, there's going to be 2 celebrity involvements. We're going to have Yachty with Lil Yachty is going to be with Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. But the second celebrity involvement, I'd see we have a possible Jelly Roll, where Jelly Roll teams up with Danhausen as his mystery partner. And the reason why I say this, because I don't know if you guys know this, but Post Malone, he was supposed to have a concert tour, but he delayed that concert tour for his new album by 3 weeks because he doesn't have the music made yet. And Jelly Roll was supposed to be on that concert tour, but now that the concert tour is delayed, Jelly Roll's either not on it or he still is on it, but it's going to be 3 weeks out from now. So that frees up Jelly Roll's calendar. So we have a possible maybe Jelly Roll in the match. And I'm going to go Jelly Roll for the dumbest reason ever, because I don't know if you guys follow any wrestling YouTubers outside of this group that we have through Twitter, but there's this wrestling YouTuber named Santi Zap. And Santi and Jelly Roll has
Santi Zap fan here.
Yeah,
Big Santi fan here.
Yeah,
Santi Zap and Jelly Roll, they have a deal where if Jelly Roll jumps off the top rope, Santi has to oil up and partake maybe in a wrestling match. So
oh my
that's
God,
gonna be the reason why I go Jelly Roll, because 1, I want to see Jelly wrestle again, and 2, I just want to see Santi Zap oil up, man. We need that. We need that in our timeline. As the third mystery partner, I don't know. There's a couple options. Maybe Mr. Agrana, because he's a comedy character. I could see another comedy character in Joe Hendry, though I don't know why Joe Hendry would make sense. I'd see it tossed around out there, so that's why I'd say him.
yeah.
But I don't know why that would make sense, because he's feuding with Logan Paul. So why would Joe Hendry stop his feud with Logan Paul just to do a tag team match with Danhausen? So yeah, maybe Mr. Agrana, Punk, or Jelly Roll.
All right, appreciate that, Nitro. And yeah, I watch Santi Zap and several others, and I truly don't want to see Santi all up though. But yeah, he's a great content creator, big in the YouTube community, huge. All right, Caleb. So Dan almost says Santi Zap. Danhausen, and who do you think the mystery guest is?
I think it's gonna be Danhausen and it's gonna be Jelly Roll. I think coming into that match.
All right, so we got 2 Jelly Rolls, and everybody with Danhausen, and then we got a Stephen A. Smith, we got a Cody Rhodes, we got a CM Punk, we got an Obafemi, and am I leaving someone out? I don't think so. All right, Fanatic, you're up. Who wins and who's the mystery partner?
Danhausen, easily. And for my pick for a mystery partner, I know everyone's going to be CM Punk or Jericho. Those are my top 2. But for my personal pick, I think it's going to be a surprise entry. Like, no one knows it's going to be coming. I think Paul Heyman said, expect the unexpected at Backlash. So I think we're going to have a surprise mystery partner for Danhausen at Backlash. I don't know what it is. All I can say is it's going to be a surprise, in my opinion. But who knows? We'll see. So I'm picking Danhausen and his mystery surprise partner, which we don't know. It's someone who we don't know, and it's going to blow everyone away, and it's going to be very shocking. And I think people may like it. Some people may not like it, but we'll see. But all I can say is I don't think it's going to be either Punk or Jelly Roll or even Cody or Joe. It might be someone else. It's going to be very like a surprise one. So I'm going with Danhausen and the surprise partner.
So you have no pick on who you think the guest is going to be?
If I had to pick a surprise one, I think it would be maybe. Wait for it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. All right. So we got a lot of mixtures here. So I'm just going to go off of what I know. Danhausen's winning. There's no question about that. And I love the enthusiasm, and everybody has different picks. And obviously, it could be absolutely any of these people. to be truthful with WWE, because I truly don't have a clue. I do have it narrowed down, I feel like. I love what Sean said. Now, Punk did appear on SmackDown, but then now they're showing him that he's advertised for some Raws, I think in June, when Roman's not going to be there. But I think this is a good way to get CM Punk fully over there to the SmackDown roster, because I do believe that it's pretty dumb to keep him on Raw when you got Roman Reigns, Femi, Jacob Fatu over there, Seth Rollins. I think they need to move CM Punk over to SmackDown. SmackDown needs some more firepower to go after Cody. So I have it narrowed down to 2. If I have to guess, I'm going to say CM Punk, but deep down in my gut, I'm still a little twisted about it. I feel like it could be Jelly Roll, just because Jelly Roll and Kit Wilson's already had something. And TKO loves celebrities. So yeah, I'm gonna ultimately say CM Punk, but I won't be surprised if it is Jelly Roll, because I can't see TKO and WWE putting on a PLE without a celebrity involved. So I'm gonna say CM Punk, but it could be Jelly Roll. All right, so that was fun. A lot of different answers there, some similar. And shout out to almost 900 people watching. I think this is the most views I've ever had on a prediction show. We didn't even have this WrestleMania, so somebody in here is a big draw. Thank you to everybody watching live, and if you guys are watching live on YouTube, please make sure you hit the like button. And I'm gonna produce some shorts for you guys once we're done. And thank you to the people that's participating as well. All right, so we're getting to the main event of the night. Before we get to Sean, because I know he's gonna probably ruin it, because I'm always the last one to go. I will say this: I'm not gonna spoil anything. But just take into accountability, guys, that the last 2 backlashes we've seen, the debuts, and I know Fnatic knows because I talked about it Sunday, but we've seen the debuts of someone new to the bloodline. We've seen JC Mateo and we've seen Tonga Loa. So is it going to happen the 3rd year? We'll see. All right, so we have Roman Reigns defending the not the undisputed, but the WWE World's Raw Champion, Men's Raw Championship against the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Sean, who do you got? And do you think we're going to get any surprises?
I think we're going to get a huge surprise. And again, I'm going to be very unpopular. I think the surprise of the night is Jacob Fatu is walking out with that belt. Roman's going to be taking some time off in June. He clearly loves putting his family over. It's, I think he's got some Street Fighter stuff coming up. And yeah, it won't be the end of it, but I think Jacob Fatu wins. And I don't know where we go after that. I'm sure someone will show up. I don't know who, couldn't tell you. But yeah, I think Fatu is walking out with that belt. And it's going to shock everyone because people are going to be like, what the hell did we just see? And I mean, because if we're going to be real, like they tease Seth and Roman, that doesn't need a belt. Roman Rock doesn't need a belt. So they can do bloodline stuff without Roman having the belt. Fatu is a part of the bloodline. Like they can make him the leader. It just makes all the sense in the world coming off Fatu's huge win over Drew McIntyre and Mania. I could see Roman pulling the trigger, especially since he's not going to be there in June. They can do a ton of matches without a belt, so give me Fatu.
All right, that's a bold pick. All right, Sean. All right, so we have Famous Davis from BodySlam.net said Napster P, the race to 1K. Salute to the panel. I will make my debut soon. I guess it's the Stampede. Says unblock me. I love you, my fellow OG. Not sure what that's about. And what's up from Greg? All right, so we got 1 Jacob Fatu and 0 for the OTC1 Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. All right, Carlos. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. Who do you got? And do you think we see another bloodline person for the third straight year?
So again, I'm an agent of chaos, and I think where there's fire, there's smoke. I don't think that Roman Reigns is looking at all these firings and going, okay, I'm going to be in a good spot here. I think the TKO is trying to play hardball with him. So I too have Jacob Fatu winning the title on Saturday. I think Roman Reigns goes home until he gets better negotiations from ATKO, or he only does his days that are left, and he's gonna play hardball with them because I think they're trying to get him to take less money too. And I do think, to what you said, I think Zilla Fatu shows up to help Jacob. Because if this the storyline of him having a fight, having to scrape everything that his cousins have, then it would just fit that Zilla would help Jacob win. That's my prediction.
Wow. I love the Zilla thing, because obviously that's my pick too. I do believe Zilla Fatu is gonna show up as well. So all right, so we got Jacob Fatu winning the World Heavyweight Championship when Roman Reigns just took the title off of Punk. All right, Stampede, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. And do you think we're going to see the debut of another Bloodline member?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to go the opposite direction here and pick Roman.
All right. So, any surprises?
I don't think it's the one that you guys are thinking. Zilla still holds 3 titles.
Yeah,
and
and
glory champion. You won't see it. So this should be a great showcase for Jacob. I think he needs this. Roman will get him to a good match, so that the match will deliver. He'll look good coming out of it. He'll just be doing it in a losing effort. And this will continue on with the Bloodline saga, epic story, however you want it.
All right. So Stampede's got Roman Reigns. So we got Carlos and Sean with Jacob, and Stampede with Roman Reigns. All right, Nap God, are you going to tie this thing up, or are you going with Jacob Fatu?
I'm going with Roman Reigns because I feel like he's not going to be alone, but I also think that's when the backup for Jacob Fatu, which is a Samoan SWAT team, shows up, which is, his brother in Zilla Fatu comes in, and obviously, they clear the ring out. But I also say this, it's very interesting also because I want to throw Royce Keys in there because the connection he has with Fatu is very, very close and strong. And I think it would just make like an awesome, for not only for him, but also for Jacob. If they form like that thing, obviously it won't be long because, Royce has his own goals, but at least for right now to handle that bloodline family thing with him, because they go way back. But I think it's gonna be an awesome this man. Anyways, yeah. So I think that's how it's gonna be. I think Zilla's gonna show up to help Fatu clear the ring. I think Roman Reigns is gonna win because I know people are saying Jacob Fatu, but I don't think right now is the perfect time for Jacob. I think he needs to lose to taste that defeat and then build up from the defeat. And I'm just ready to see these 3 different bloodlines get, just go at it. There's just so much potential you can do. Obviously, the MFT's got completely, 2 members gone. Now you have 3 left. But then you also look at what could come up when it comes to, Zilla Fatu and Royce Keys, or, is there another guy that maybe could bring back with the New Japan style? So that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be Roman Reigns, but I think ultimately, Jacob would be the one that's in the ring, obviously, but Roman Reigns will take it.
All right, appreciate you, Nap God. Looks like this comment's for you from Def Comedy Jams. Fun fact: Napster P is actually related to Dirty Dave Meltzer.
Oh my God, man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, Dave.
You mean misleading Meltzer.
Gotta love Dave. All right, so we got 2 Roman Reigns, and 2 Jacob Fatu. All right, Khaled, break the tie here. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. Do you think we see another Bloodline member appear for the 3rd straight year?
Well, I'm breaking the tie with 1 to the OTC one. I'm going with Roman Reigns on this one. Pretty obvious here. He just won the championship at WrestleMania. They don't go the other way with this. I mean, if they do, I'm just putting this out here right now. If they do somehow do the unthinkable and actually put the title on Jacob Fatu, you will not see me complaining. I'll be shocked in the best possible way. But I just don't see them doing it because I feel like they have a certain vision for Roman Reigns' championship reign. I feel like they want to maximize it at least until SummerSlam. Like the very earliest I can see it ending is SummerSlam. And even then, I feel like it's going to go on a bit longer than that, given the recent history of Roman championship reigns. As far as another Bloodline member is concerned, I don't have an idea of who could possibly be here. I mean, the only person that comes to my mind from the NOIs or the Fatus or anybody like that is Zilla Fatu, but I don't think I gotta check his upcoming matches on the Indies, but I don't think he'll be in the Florida area
He's in
for
Tampa.
he is?
He's gonna be in
Really?
Tampa this weekend. Yeah.
So there's a chance.
Not trying to interrupt you, but I saw him post that he's actually going to be in the Tampa area this weekend.
So with that logic in mind, there's a slight chance, but you already know that could be he could be working some indie shows in Tampa this weekend.
Correct.
But but if they go, this is a weird connection to make, but if they go the Hardys route, you know how the Hardys did a Ring of Honor show the night before they came back to WrestleMania. That was 9 years ago now. So that could happen again. And if it does, then I won't be mad about it. But I just feel like they've ran the Bloodline into the ground, especially with the MFTs. There's way too many Bloodline related people on the roster, and I feel like adding another one might be a bit overkill. But that's just me. But I feel like Roman Jacob will be a very hard hitting match. And I think Roman Reigns is going to win this.
All right, thanks, Callis. So that's 3-2. This is from the Smoke Sessions podcast. Napster is all WWE. All right, you must be. Oh my God, we're almost to 1,100 views. That's insane for fucking Backlash. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate everybody that's retweeting. I see my phone is blowing up. So thank you guys for almost 1,100 views. All right, so we're at 3-2, I believe it is, Roman Reigns. All right, Nitro, I know you're a huge Roman guy. Who you got? I know you got Roman, but go ahead and tell the people who you got and who you think you got is showing up.
I mean, is there any question? You already pointed it out. Yeah, obviously I am going with Roman. But I do want to say, I mean, other people mentioned it earlier, and I did alluded to it earlier. And I do feel like, again, I'm going to restate it. Paul Heyman did say in a tweet, expect surprises. And like I said with Sami Zayn, I do have a person coming in and debuting. Again, everyone else said it. Zilla Fatu. I said the dude did spoil it a bit earlier on Twitter because he mentioned he was going to be there on Saturday signing autographs and doing meet and greets until 4 p.m. So obviously after 4 p.m. he's free to do whatever he wants, and that gives him time to get ready, put on the ring gear, and go and debut, or if not, put on black hoodie and then go and debut. But I do see Zilla Fatu debuting. Granted, he last time I checked, he is a champion right now. Maybe he lost the belt. I don't know, but I think he's a champion in one of the indie promotions. So I don't know how that's going to work, but maybe they hire him and he, he continues out his contract and the indie promotions for the next couple of weeks, and then we basically don't see Zilla Fatu after his indie promotion contract's over with, and then he comes back and debuts on SmackDown or something. But yeah, I do definitely see Zilla Fatu debuting to help out Jacob. I see Roman winning because one, he just became champion, and two, possibly the Usos comes out and help out Roman. We have seen the Usos getting more involved into Roman's story and businesses once they formed the first family, which I think is dumb because I think Bloodline's a better name than First Family, and they're still using Bloodline related puns when they're named the First Family. So again, definitely the Bloodline's back, and I definitely see the Usos coming to help Roman. As much as we don't want to see the Usos help out Roman because that was the majority of Roman's last reign, I see it coming to fruition here just because Jacob's going to have help with Zilla Fatu. So yeah, that's about it. I see Zilla Fatu debuting, and I see Roman retaining because shenanigans.
All right. Thank you, Nitro. Appreciate it. So that's 4-2 Roman Reigns over Jacob. All right, Caleb. I'll get to you, Lou. I got one question for you also, Lou, whenever you get back, because I know you stepped away. All right, Caleb. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. And do you think we see another bloodline make for the third straight year backlash?
I think Roman and I think one surprise coming, and they're gonna be the final boss, The Rock. He's gonna be there, and he's gonna help out Roman and the Usos.
Oh, wow. The Rock. Final boss. All right. Interesting. All right. So, so we got 5 Roman Reigns, a lot of Zilla Fatus, and the final boss showing up. So, all right, Lou. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. And then the other question, I got 2 questions. Obviously, you missed the last one. Do you think Kairi Sane shows up, and do we see another Bloodline member?
As far as the Asuka match, I don't see Kyrie returning. It makes no sense. So my pick for that match is Asuka's winning.
Okay, perfect.
As for the question after, I also see Zilla debuting. And my pick for that match in particular will be the Roman.
All right. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate that. Appreciate you letting me know you had to step away. Got back to you. And shout out to we're almost at 1,100 views, guys. This is absolutely insane. Just for a backlash show, this is absolutely insane. You guys are a draw. If I could get this many subs, I'd really be cooking. But yeah, thank you guys so much. All right, so I believe we're at 6-2. Roman. All right, Wrestle Fanatic. You're up. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. Do we see anyone for the third straight year debut at Backlash?
I'm going with Roman Reigns because he just won this title. Why would they take this off of him? I mean, TKO and WWE are heavily invested in. They're talking about matches with Bron, Oba, and Seth, and just to end it, just to have Jacob Fatu win would be wrong. And I have to disagree with Carlos here. I think TKO is going to pay Roman Reigns good. They're not going to ask him to have a cut. He's their top draw. Losing Roman Reigns would hurt TKO a lot. I mean, he's the top guy in WWE for a reason. They are the reason why they put the title on him, to help revive WWE and get its creative mode back. To have him take a pay cut would be wrong. I don't see it happening. So I have Roman winning, and I think we see Zilla Fatu debut, and I think we get the Usos some help. The Usos are going to help Roman. I think we might see Solo be involved, and who knows? Maybe we will get Haku, Rikishi, or even The Rock. But I have Roman winning.
All right. Appreciate that, Fanatic. All right, so I'm just gonna drop a little bit of knowledge of what I know. Could be wrong, could not be. I've been right some, I've been wrong some, but I'm just gonna go ahead and drop it anyway. So I think TKO is throwing a huge smoke screen out there for everybody in the IWC. They want people to think that Jacob Fatu has a chance to win. Obviously, I don't know the whole story about why Roman's not working in June, but what I do know is is that he did sign a new contract before WrestleMania 42. And that's somewhere between 10 to 15 million a year for 3 years. You guys can fact check it, whatever you need to do. But I can tell you that is pretty much about 85 to 90% accurate. So Roman Reigns, I love Carlos. I love you. I love Sean. I'm not opposed to Jacob winning. I love Jacob. I think he's going to be a multi-time world champion. But ultimately, I don't think Roman's dropping this title until he loses to Obafemi. I think Oba's the guy that takes the title off of Roman Reigns. I've been saying that since after he beat Punk. When that match happens, I do not know. But I think Roman wins. I know that Zilla is a House of Glory champion. He has 3 titles, like Stampede mentioned. But they're going to keep the tradition alive at Backlash and debut another Bloodline member. I think we see Zilla Fatu. I really do. I know it's Lance and on Hawaii is not going to be there. I know he's doing some was it HOG as well, but he's also doing like that. What is that slap stuff? The fist slap, or they slap each other in the face. He's doing a lot of other stuff like that right now too. I know that's definitely 100% accurate as well. I don't think it's Lance, so it's got to be Zilla. And I agree with Nap God, a lot of the stuff that he had brought up. I think that what we're going to see is we're going to see 3. It looks like we're going to see maybe either a combination of 2 bloodlines, or we're going to have 3. We're going to have Roman, Jay, and Jimmy, and then we're going to have Solo and Hikuleo. I don't like Talatonga, whatever you guys want to call him. And then we're going to get Jacob Fatu, maybe Tama Tonga, because I think he breaks away from Solo and Hikuleo, and Zilla Fatu, because just because you're an independent champion, there's been many independent champions that have signed over to the big promotion and they just eventually just end up dropping the title or relinquishing it. And I just think that's just how it plays out. But Roman Reigns is signed. TKO's throwing up a smoke screen to throw everybody off. He's definitely with WWE for the next 3 years. I don't know that figure is exact, but I know it is close to 15 million a year. So I'm going with Roman Reigns to beat Jacob Fatu, and I think I think they run Cody as the main event for Night of Champions when Roman takes June off. Maybe he just doesn't want to go to Saudi. It's dangerous over there. I can't blame him. So I think Roman's going to hold the title to at least SummerSlam, if not close to the end of the year. So, but yeah, that's it. So we got 8-2 Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. A lot of interesting takes. First off, I want to do a shout out to everyone from DWE, Nap God, Famous Body, After Slam Podcast, Miami the Great, Final Boss Baby, Director Reg, World of Greg, and also Kyle the Man Anthony. Thank you guys so much for the promotion. We almost hit 1,100 viewers. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And thank you everybody that has come on the panel. So if everybody, I'm going to go by one, and let you guys, I don't know who's not on mute. I'm gonna go through one by one, let you guys do your plugs, and then I'll do mine at the end, and we'll get out of here, guys. So I'm gonna start with Wrestle Fanatic, since you got your mic already off. Go ahead, man.
And this is Wrestle Fanatic, so I want to thank you so much for having me on here, CJ. You can follow me on Twitter right there. I also have a podcast, by the way. I haven't told you that. I have a podcast called The Football Hour with Michael Wiki. You can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. It's a really good podcast, and I suggest you guys check it out if you have the opportunity. My last name is UGWUEKE. It's Nigerian. So check out my podcast. It's really good. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Fanatic, and I'm sure I'll see you Sunday for Sunday Night Scoops. You're like the mainstay there, so appreciate you. Thank you for coming on for the prediction show. All right, next up, he's been on several I'm sure he'll be on several more. He's from WWE Island. Lou, tell everybody where they can find you on your socials and what you got coming up next.
I don't have really anything coming up next week. I'm primarily find me on TrustX_.
All right. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate you again, brother. All right, Caleb. Let everybody know where they can find you on your socials.
You can find me on my X by Caleb, Penny Mickey Caleb, and my nephew Blood gonna be the sports show host with my friend, and I always be on favorite colors when he does his reaction faces.
All right. Thank you, Caleb, once again for coming on. All right, Nitro. Thank you again for coming on. It's your second prediction show. I did see that you restreamed the WrestleMania prediction show on your YouTube channel. You did help me get a couple of subs, so thank you for that. Thank you for coming on again. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media and your YouTube.
Hey, like you mentioned, I've been doing the same thing with the Backlash show. So I'm going to be uploading the Backlash show, uploading some clips. I'll be tagging you in there and stuff once the show is uploaded. But yeah, I appreciate the invite. It's always a pleasure being here, discussing some wrestling with you guys. It's a fun time. Like always, I have a good time. You guys all have a good time. We have good civil opinions and a nice friendly discourse that is just fun entertainment all around. I enjoy being here. I'm sure many others enjoy being here, and it's a good time all around. You can find me literally anywhere at NitroBlivion. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Kick. Although I really don't use Kick that much. I'm on Instagram. Same with Instagram. I don't really post there that much. I need to start posting on Instagram more. But I'm on TikTok. Literally anywhere on the social media you can find me at NitroBlivion. Again, W Energy if you want some energy drinks. Promo code Nitro Loves Zervin. Definitely not found fantasy reference. But again, I just enjoy being here. Good time all around, and I'm excited for Backlash, and I'm also excited for the next predicted show. Hit me up whenever you need a guest. I'll try to be there whenever. Next prediction show, I'm definitely here.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Nitro. All right. And I got to do it this one time. I'm sure I'll see you at the next prediction show. But my boy, DJ Khaled, tell everybody where they can find you on socials, what you got coming up next, brother.
Well, you can find me on Twitter. My handle is right there under my name, Khaled X Tata. And you can find me on YouTube. You can just search my name, Khaled Tata. I'm literally the top one. So no need to link that or anything. But in terms of what I have going on, I'm always just active in the community, seeing what everyone has to say. Always trying to give some positive insight to anything I find interesting. And I'm doing a massive star rating thread. We just passed 310 matches, and we're going to keep going and going. I'm going to add that Darby main event later on tonight, of course. I know that's going to be a great match between him and Kevin Knight, obviously. And above everything else, I just really loved being here. I loved being in the previous prediction shows. I'm glad I got to know you, man. You're a great guy, and I think more people need to know about your work. So hit me up whenever you need somebody for the prediction shows or the recap shows. I'd love to do those as well. So yeah, thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot. Appreciate you. I definitely will hit you up. All right, now, Nap God, thank you for filling in for Famous Davis tonight. Hitting us Snap God from bodyslam.net. Tell everybody about yourself or where they can find you. What you got going on, brother?
Well, first off, thank you for having me. But if you want to book the smoke sessions, just hit up at rimjob@gmail. So if you want to hit us up for your viewers up, there you go.
Are you using smoke sessions?
The smoke sessions. So
interesting. I like where you're going with this one.
So you can follow me at NapGod7 at on X. And also Wednesday, May 13th, we will have D'Lo Brown. We are going to be interviewing D'Lo Brown. We're going to be sitting down talking about the Nation of Domination, the one-time Intercontinental Championship, and the four-time European Championship. We're also going to talk about Aces of Eights. And, once again, if you want to, follow me, it's at NiveGod7. And I'm the co-founder of the Smoke Session. So there you go.
Appreciate you, NiveGod, as always. All right, Stampede. Thank you once again. You've been coming on pretty much for the last 4 or 5. I do appreciate all your help. And you coming on. Been here, we've established a great friendship. So tell everybody where they can find you on the socials and what you got coming up next.
You can find me all over the Twitterverse, man. I'm popping up all over the place. Tomorrow night, you will find me over on Twitch, I believe. Myself, Mob Miz, and Sped are covering the OVW Rise show, so we'll be doing live commentary on that, doing the matches as they happen. You can also find me on video form in the Running Wrestling podcast on Thursday nights also, and every Saturday on Point Taken.
All right. Appreciate you, Stampede. All right. Next person up, like I said, one of my all-time favorite people in the IWC ever since we met. I've never seen anyone say anything negative about you. You're so positive. It really helped me. I listen to a lot of your spaces. You might not think so because I'm not in there, but I go back and listen. Definitely a positive influence on me and what I do in my content creating and the way I present myself in the community now. So thank you so much, Carlos. You're a wonderful human being. And it's always an honor to have you on my show. Just let everybody know where they can find you and what you got going on next.
So really quick, because EVP gave me my flowers, I'm going to give him his. Again, thank you to 1,100 people that are tuning into this. The thing that I'm proud of EVP for doing this is that, yes, people like Stampede and myself, and, in Smoke Sessions to have a platform, but he's also allowing these other guys who don't have a platform to come out and be heard and have a voice in the IWC. So I think that's a really beautiful thing. And I'm proud to be a part of this. Thank you for giving people a voice. Thank you for allowing them to have the voice be heard. And again, well earned 1,100 people. You can find me. I do a Raw reaction space on Monday nights after Raw. Tonight I'll be doing Wednesday Night Chaos with Sean after Dynamite. I do Queens Road a Sunday every month. Also do Point Taken with Stampede and the boys. And so it's a lot of fun. If you ever want me to come on your show, anyone's show, I'm good to collaborate, except on Fridays and Saturdays when I work. But yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, always.
Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate you. All right, Sean, once again, thank you. I'm sure I will see you, Carlos, and Pete, and many of you guys for Saturday night's main event and the Italy PLE. But let everybody know where they can find you on social media and what you got coming up.
Yeah, I'm at Gus_Buzz091 on Twitter or X, I guess. I'm old, sorry. Yeah, I run a reaction space. I co-host with Carlos. He's been gracious enough to let me do that on Mondays and Wednesdays after on Dynamite. I just started running a Tuesday night show with one of our good buddies, a very knowledgeable man, and Mike. And that's going to be going forward Tuesdays. He's very knowledgeable and a lot of stuff about rumors and contracts and all the sorts of other stuff. So I enjoy getting to talk to him, and I enjoy coming on here and getting to BS about wrestling. I didn't think this was going to be a thing when I joined a space all those years ago, but here we are, and I'm appreciative and I'm grateful. So thank you, Carlos, and thank you everyone in here for everything that you do, and let's keep it up.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I met you back on when I was doing Twitter Spaces, and I was like, man, and it's fully evolving. Thank you, Carlos, for all the compliments as well. I do try to open up this for people that don't have their own channels, and that people can, finally get their voice heard. So, I do a lot of work, and I'm a stream a lot and I try to make it. I have my regulars. They're always welcome here, but I do also try to have people on that so they can have their voice heard for the first time. So a couple shout outs before I do my plugs. Obviously, to the Unseen Blinghausen of the DWE Podcast. Thanks to all who joined. Shout out to her. Make sure you give her a follow. Make sure you give the DWE TV follow, and also their YouTube channel. You can find them on DWE Radio, on Twitch, Spotify, and YouTube, and X. And Miami the Great as well. Shout out to the newest member of DWE, Kyle Anthony, as well. You can find him and Greg on Mondays for the rundown, right? I believe it's at 7 or 6 p.m. Eastern on Mondays, right before Raw. Make sure you tune into that. Famous Davis, I'm sorry, Nap God's partner from the Smoke Sessions podcast. Shout out to him. Also Greg, which I just mentioned, from DWE. Def Comedy Jams, I'm not quite sure who that is, but thanks for coming in. They said you're related to Dave Meltzer, so and let's see. Famous Davis says CJ the Boss, much love for bringing the platform and prediction. Thank you, appreciate that. Keep up the great hustle, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the compliments. All right, so before I get to me, because I guess I glitched. I'm gonna go really quick to my outro, and then I'll do my finishing part, and then we'll get out of here, guys. I'm sorry about that. I completely forgot about my outro. We're gonna run through this really quick. I'll be right back. Please don't nobody leave. I'll tell you guys where you can find me on my socials, what I have coming up next, and then we'll get out of here.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, show recap prediction sports
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I should have done that before we did the plugs, but thank you guys so much again for coming in. Lou, Caleb, Khaled, Nap God, Stampede, Nitro, Carlos, Gus, and also Wrestle Fanatic, who I think he's already left the stream. So as far for me, shout out to the 1,136 people that's watching live here, either on X or on my YouTube. A lot on X, it looks like. So, all right. So for me, my socials are going across the bottom of the screen. All my links are in my bio. My YouTube page is attached to all of my links on my social media platforms. You can find me on X at EVPCJP. If you follow me, you can go all the way up to the top of my page. It's pinned, my YouTube page. If you guys don't mind, if you ever get a chance, hit that like and share or retweet. My goal is to get to 300 subscribers by SummerSlam. I made a goal of 200 by WrestleMania. I'm not even a year in, so I definitely beat that like 2 weeks way before WrestleMania. So that's my ultimate goal. If you guys don't mind sharing the YouTube link with your friends, that would help me out a lot. On Instagram, same handle at EVPCJP. My YouTube is linked in the top of the bio. It's a business account now. On TikTok, at Brady the Goat 21. That's at Brady BRADY Goat 21, like Tom Brady, the Goat 21. Last but not least, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you are subscribed, please turn the notification bell on, because I'm live 7 days this week and normally 5 days a week when there's not PLE. So if you're looking for my YouTube page in the search bar, you just go and type in at the EVP Show. And I just checked, this is the 911th live video that I have done on this channel in less than a year. So I put in a lot of work, as you guys can see. So thank you guys for that, and the ones that have sub and do sub. So yeah. So what I have coming up tomorrow night, I'm back at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time for your TNA recap show. And then Friday night, join me again. It's a go-home show for SmackDown at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time for your SmackDown recap. And then Saturday, I'm back again as soon as Backlash post-show is over, somewhere between 10:30 p.m. Eastern, something like that, for the WWE Backlash recap show. And then Sunday, my favorite day of the week is Doubleheader Sunday. Come back and join me Sunday. The first stop is at 6 p.m. Eastern for Sunday Night Scoops with the EVP, episode number 20. And then come back later that night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern to conclude the week, a long week of Doubleheader Sunday for LFG Season 3, episode number 3. That is going to be on Sunday. So 2 shows coming up Sunday. Got a full rest of the week for you guys as far as content. So thank you guys so much for coming on to the panel. I will see a lot of you guys for Saturday night's main event. I will be doing a Saturday night's main event and a Clash in Italy prediction show. I will make a post in a couple of days. Stampede's going to help me out as far as like keeping up with who's going to be on who. We'll make a list and all that. So once I make the tweet, you guys just let me know and I'll get you guys on the list to come on. So that being said, shout out to Nav God and WrestleFanatic and the 2 new people that haven't been on. Also Lou, Caleb, DJ Callis, Stampede, NitroBlivion, Carlos, and Sean Gustbus. I am the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy. Listen to me, Cody Rhodes, when I'm talking to you, boy. I'm the only golden boy of DWE, and DWE is the place to be. See you guys tomorrow night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern for your TNA recap show. And everyone, tell everyone goodbye.
Shout out to Corey Seager for the money tonight.
Adios,
everybody. Good podcast. Good podcast.
Fuck you, Corey Seager. Good night, everybody.
Shout out Wrestle Collective. Shout out Panther Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Take care. Good night.
I like potatoes.